Hey guys, I'm Martin from WiiU Kid, and if you ever saw in the last video, I kept my promise, and I promised you guys that I would do another video after the other video I've done. So I'm doing the next video, which is now, so I kept my promise. And yeah, today's video is gonna be I'm doing a comparison between the WiiU Pro controller versus the Switch Joy-Cons versus the remote versus the WiiU gamepad, the big black one. So if you think that out of the Pro controller, Joy-Cons, remote and the gamepad, if you think the gamepad or remote or Joy-Cons or the WiiU Pro controller is the best, then let me know in the comments below which Nintendo controller is the best. Anyway guys, let's just get on with today's video. So the first thing I'm gonna start off with, starting with the Wii remote. This is the Mario Wii remote. As you can see, it works on the Nintendo Wii and Wii U. And when you press the button, which is 1 and 2, it lights up. And then you've got the D-pad, which is up here. It moves about. Then you've got the home button, which is in the middle. The add button and the minus button. As you can see, right in the middle of the circle down here, it's got the M, the capital M for Mario. This Pro controller is a bit like the best Nintendo controller ever to use. It's the best thing to use like in the entire world. Down here you've got the strap. I'm not sure if you can see it. As you can see, yeah. Also guys, if you hear some noises, it's because my mum and my brother are talking to each other, just ignore the noise. But yeah, anyway, I would say about this Wii remote is actually the best controller ever to use. Like, it's the best controller ever in the universe. And yeah, so that's actually the Wii remote, which is the Mario Wii remote. Pretty cool that is. Next up we've got the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, which is red and blue. So as you can see, when you press the A button on the red Joy-Cons, the green light shows up, including the blue Joy-Con as well. And another thing about these two Joy-Cons is you can play your games in different ways. So you can either play it like this, you can play it like this, you can play it on the TV, you can play it in handheld mode, you can play it with the Pro controller, or you can play it in desktop mode, which is nice, which is a pretty cool thing to do because I've heard about that. But yeah, and then you've got the two analog sticks, which is the big one's here and the other one's here. The add button is right here on the red Joy-Con, and if you look up closely, you have the minus button, as you can see. Yeah, so that's the minus button of the Joy-Cons. On this side, you got more buttons on each Joy-Con. You got more buttons on the red Joy-Con, and even more buttons on the blue Joy-Con as well. And if you press this square thing for when playing games, it allows you to take screenshots and videos. So yeah, That's the 2 Joy-Cons. Next up, we've got the... Let's go for the WiiU Pro controller. So this is the WiiU Pro controller. This Pro controller is kind of look like an Xbox. This Pro controller is like an Xbox One or Xbox 360 controller. It's like I say it's like an Xbox One controller. So yeah. On here, when I press the A button, it lights up here. You got the 2 analog sticks, which are here and here. D-pad is right there under the minus button, say select over here. You got the start button, home button, power button, and buttons to use, and even more buttons. So this button is L, the other button is R. Then if you look here, the other button is ZR, and the other button is ZL. And this thing right here, which has a picture of a cable, it has to come with a cable charger for when your Pro controller is running on low battery. So, and then on the top it says WiiU, which is the WiiU logo up top. So as you can see, I would say about this, it's the best Pro controller to use because it's like an awesome controller to use. I mean, come on guys, you gotta agree with me. Do you think it's like a best controller to use? And then on the back here, you've got the sync button, which is the red button, the tiny one. That's the red button over here. So that's the red button, and then right here it says sync. Allows you to sync your Pro controller. So yeah, that's the Pro controller, guys. That's the Pro controller, guys. So yeah. And last but not least, guys, is the biggest thing ever, the WiiU gamepad. As you can see, it's got the same buttons as the Pro controller as well. So it's got the D-pad, 2 analog sticks on each side, square thing which is allowed to put your amiibo. You got more buttons, which is B, Y, X, A, select, and select button is right here. The add button is right here. L button is here, and then the other button is here. The other button says R, and then the other button says L. Then the other button, if I can show it to you guys, this button says ZR and the other button says ZL. Now, what can I say, guys? Oh, I also forgot. The home button, the battery, you got the control thing, the power button. Then right here is the WiiU logo, same as the Pro controller. Now, this is the best thing to use, guys. I mean, come on, you gotta agree with me. I mean, like, this is the best controller to use that Nintendo has ever made. Out of all of the Pro controller, the Wii remote, the Joy-Cons, and the gamepad, they're all made by Nintendo. And yeah, I mean, this is actually like the best controller to use. I mean, say like, for example, if I'm playing like the WiiU Pro controller, like if I was playing 007 Legends, I would say, oh, this Pro controller is better to use for when playing games. So yeah, that's what I would say about the WiiU gamepad, for at least. So, out of the gamepad and the Wii remote and the Joy-Cons and the Pro controller, I would say all of them are best to use. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for my video. If you liked the video, comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and comment on down below on what video you want to see. And tell me, guys, which Nintendo controller is best, and tell me which one you like and why is it better. Until then, au revoir.